Hi, everybody. Al Bernstein with another one of my quick hits in our series of boxing hangouts. And on this one, we're going to talk about the heavyweight division and about a night that I think is very important in the heavyweight division as it sorts itself out. And we look at the big picture in that heavyweight division. And a night that I think is going to be very pivotal on many fronts. Saturday, January 17th, the fight I'm going to be happy to announce, Bermane Stiverne putting his WBC heavyweight title on the line against Deontay Wilder in Las Vegas. There are a number of reasons why this fight takes on, in my opinion, bigger implications than one would think. Yes, of course, it's for a heavyweight title, the version at least that Bermane Stiverne has, but we all acknowledge Vladimir Klitschko is the recognized, universally recognized heavyweight champion. But what this is a fight on American soil that matters in the heavyweight division. Now, we had one some months ago when Bermane Stiverne fought Chris Arreola in what turned out to be a very exciting match. And I thought that match helped begin to put the heavyweights back on the map in America. This one will push it even further. I don't expect this to be a hugging match of two giant heavyweights. I expect it to be very exciting. Deontay Wilder, a 29-year-old, undefeated, former bronze medalist at the Olympics. He is 32-0, 32 knockouts, has never had to go beyond the fourth round in any fight. Clearly, he has fought very carefully matched opposition, which is part of the intriguing questions that coming into this fight have us interested in this match. How for real is Deontay Wilder? He's not been really hit by a big puncher. He's not been hit by a puncher of note. And his 6'6" frame and 83-inch reach have kept him out of harm's way as he used his power to win. Bermane Stiverne is a very good fighter. He will be giving away height and reach, but he is a solid puncher who knocked out Chris Arreola, stopped him in round 6 when they fought, was stunned by Arreola, who is himself a big puncher in that fight. The 36-year-old Stiverne won the vacant WBC title with that win over Arreola. He himself is a fascinating story because he was born in Haiti, went up to Canada in the Quebec area where he started to really make a headway in the heavyweight division, and now he lives in Las Vegas. And he feels that he's an American heavyweight. Deontay Wilder, of course, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the home of yet another champion, the Alabama Crimson Tide, as they've been a perennial champion in college football. Wilder believes he's the future of the division as an American champion. Bermane Stiverne has something to say about it. Either way, this match, which I predict will be very exciting, will help put the heavyweight division back on the map in the United States. And why is that important? Well, because the mainstream media wants, and fans want, heavyweight division fights to matter in America. This fight will get more attention than any other fight in boxing other than a super major fight, like a Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather fight, or dare we say the two of them together in 2015. This fight will be covered by media outlets that don't normally cover boxing. And if this fight lives up to the expectations I have of it, it could begin the process of reestablishing ties between the heavyweight division and boxing fans in the United States. Now, there's a bigger picture here. The heavyweight division, which has been dominated by the Klitschkos and other Eastern European fighters to some degree, that's changing a bit. Fighters in Great Britain are starting to have a big impact. One is Tyson Fury, who I've done many of his fights on Channel 5 over in Great Britain. This is him beating Derek Chisora the second time. He just beat him, of course, and performed very well in doing it, as he did in the first fight with Derek Chisora. Now, Tyson Fury is undefeated, and he is now the mandatory challenger for Vladimir Klitschko. He believes he's going to fight Klitschko, and he thinks he's going to beat Klitschko. Now, Tyson Fury is a big, tall fighter, as is that man, Vladimir Klitschko. And height is the one thing that can give the Klitschkos some issue. It did a little bit for Vitaly and can for Vladimir as well. In that fight, the question will be whether Tyson Fury can get to him before Klitschko gets to him. But there's a shifting going on here. No matter what, Vladimir Klitschko is going to retire from boxing relatively soon. Not only Fury, David Haye's still around. Anthony Joshua, if you don't know that name, and probably most of you that are boxing fans do, a medalist from the Olympics for Great Britain. He is undefeated as a pro. He's only had about 10 professional fights, but he is a comer, and he is someone who is going to help shift that paradigm from Eastern Europe to Great Britain and the United States. There is also one fight on the horizon, should they both be victorious in winning titles, that I tell you is one of the biggest fights that can be made in the heavyweight division, and that is Deontay Wilder, who is very well known in England and known as a heavyweight contender, and Tyson Fury.
Wow.
The two of them, yeah, Dan Parks, our producer of Boxing Hangouts, you're going, wow, as well you should, right? Because as a fan, don't you want to see that
right
fight?
now? I want to see that fight right now. I think that would be a fantastic battle.
And, of course, Bermane Stiverne and Vladimir Klitschko have something to say about it. But it doesn't matter. No matter what happens, in the next year or two, depending on how the permutations work out, you know, Wilder and Fury may fight no matter what, even if they don't win their respective title matches. But the point is that all of this is shifting the paradigm in the heavyweight division. And I don't want to put too much emphasis on this January 17th fight, but I must, because it's a very big beginning point, or maybe second beginning, counting the Areola-Stiverne match, for the heavyweight division in the United States and on American soil. And I believe it's going to garner a lot of attention, as it should. And to add one more fascinating note of irony, it happens to be on Muhammad Ali's birthday, the last and most iconic, not the last, but the most iconic heavyweight champion, of course, ever in the United States. So that'll give the news folks another side story to talk about. But January 17th, going to be an important night in the heavyweight division in the United States.